Try my best.
And Tonks, you'll have to keep an eye on the questions in case any come in.
Yeah, I'll get it up.
Yeah. George, are you
I'll
know
win.
that Ollie Thornley in the
Yeah,
session?
that's Ben.
Jesus, he's pretty good.
Last time I saw him fly, he was just hovering, and that was in August.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he's doing para flips and all sorts.
Another kid who's going to get better than me.
Yeah. So, Jan, where do you fly? Where's your local club?
I'm from north side of Germany, so near Hamburg, and my flying field is in Hamburg too.
Nice.
But to be honest, the north side of Germany, there are not too many pilots. Maybe due to the heavy wind and stuff like that.
Right.
But
We have those issues in the UK as well. It's never
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, I'm pretty jealous because my friends from the south side of Germany, they got most likely pretty good weather, low wind speed and sunshine. and my field it's most likely like 40 kilometers per hour wind or more. It's annoying.
Yeah, I get that. Try practicing set maneuvers and 40-mile-an-hour winds.
Makes it even harder.
It's looking like we're not going to have to do set maneuvers at the minute, so I'm not going to complain.
Well, I'm a big fan of set maneuvers, to be honest.
So am I. Personally, I feel like they're needed to differentiate between the freestyle pilots and the actual good pilots.
Yep.
Well, I mean, in Global 3D last year, you did pretty well in sets. I think you were 7th or 8th, was it?
Overall, yes.
Yeah, 7th overall. I think your music round, you came 3rd.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so your music is pretty strong.
Yeah, it was the best music flight of the comp, in my opinion.
Rotor or global?
Global,
But
last year.
Oh, okay, thank you.
The only one who actually flew to music.
Yeah, I really put my focus on like timings and like real fly to music and not fly with music.
No, it definitely showed.
And was that the same routine that you used in Rotor Live, or did you change it at all, or completely different?
No, it's a whole new one.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm thinking about using some of my Rotor Live music for the next competitions because I think many people pretty much liked it.
Yeah.
But I'm not a big fan of like recycling stuff. I like to do some new stuff and improve.
I used the same music flight for 5 years.
What?
That's why you don't do well at Heli-Fest, man.
We don't talk about Heli-Fest.
No, we should. I mean,
with the international comp, you can't have profanities in your music flight at Heli-Fest either.
You also fly FRN and FRC?
I used to fly FRN, but I haven't done it in 2 years now.
Yeah, I was thinking about it when I heard that Global is going to be cancelled.
I was
looking.
Sorry, Karen.
No, it's fine.
Okay. No, I was going to say I was also thinking about it with Global because I wanted to do a comp which included set maneuvers and stuff still.
So if Global 3D is now not going to happen, what is your next comp going to be then?
That's a good question, though. I think Global is the last real competition in Europe. I think the next one, which is kind of similar to it, is like Global Asia 3D and Rotor Global Masters. And both is pretty far away. Yeah. So I'm not sure if I'm going to make it. I would like to, but not 100% sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're definitely out. Both very.
I called you, sorry.
No, it's fine. I just said they're out of my budget too far away.
Yeah, that's it. That's why I was thinking about the internationals, like F3C, F3N, because it's a little different in style of the freestyle and stuff like that, but it got set maneuvers, so it's more like a competition than fun flies.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I mean, the
And they double up
comps
on
just,
set maneuvers as well, aren't they?
yeah, it's mainly set maneuver focused.
It's 2 rounds of sets, 1 round of freestyle, 1 round of music.
Oh, okay.
As you see, and you drop the lowest scoring round usually, so you normally see pilots end up actually dropping either their music or freestyle because their set maneuvers score higher.
So have you not done F3N? You've not investigated it at all, or because I mean,
No,
because
I really started like, sorry, yeah.
Oh no, I was just going to say Eric Weber seems to run like an F3N, F3C clinic every year.
Never heard about it.
I think that stopped a few years ago.
Oh, you know, right.
Because when we were at the when we had the Nat, was it in Worlds in the UK at Buckminster?
Yeah.
He was saying about it and for people to join, and we were like, "Oh, that's a great idea," but I've never heard about it since. And I just feel like F3N, I mean, it's a lot of work for not as much reward as global.
Mm.
It's not as recognised by brands and other things.
That's true, I think. At least the pilots get more popular if they compete at global, I think.
Exactly.
Yeah, maybe that's why I never really heard of F3C and F3N.
It's not very popular, to be fair, in the UK. You get about 5 or 6 pilots in each comp.
Oh, really? That's not too
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, it depends on the year. I think we had, yeah, you're right. I think it's 5 probably regulars.
Yeah, there's 5 regulars, and sometimes you get a couple for one comp. But
And they're all in the same class, right? No expert, no master?
in the UK, they do tend to separate into pro and sports, purely so it encourages the sports pilots to compete because there's something for them to win. But overall, they're judged as one group.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it's really cool actually. You all fly together, the same criteria, which is nice because when I did my first competition for F3N, I mean, I'm in the same group as Duncan Osborne and some of the guys that have been doing it for years. This makes it
No, I was in the same boat as you. Because F3N, my first proper competitions were F3N. I was doing them since 2017. But definitely helps it really helped me get my flying better, but I just don't know if I have the patience for F3N anymore.
Yeah. So you joined OMP, I think, fairly recently.
Yes.
So at Rotor, what were you flying? Were you flying the M7?
The M7, yes. I'm absolutely in love with this heli.
Yeah.
You look really strong with it, to be fair.
Thank you. The heli helped a lot. I didn't expect it to be like that good.
Yeah, because who did
I
you?
did test it. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, so I was just gonna say, who did you beat in the? Because you won your first round, and who was that against?
I flew against Carl Henning Siebert.
Ah, yeah, that's right.
And it was funny because last year, like in 2024, I also competed at Rotor Live. In the first round, I also competed against Carl and he won. So it was fun to meet him again in the first round, and now it's like 1-1.
Yeah. And of course in
So-
Global 3D, he was in Masters class, wasn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Very cool.
There are so many people in here.
Yeah, I don't even know what one my own heli is.
No.
Just going to block out Valentin.
He's flying a Logo 800, so do we know where he's going yet?
Oh, definitely Mikado, considering.
I think it's Logo. Yeah.
Yeah.
He posted a photo of the Mikados a couple of days ago, I think.
Ah,
So
right.
I believe
He's-
so.
Yeah, I think he changed his banner.
Yeah, he did. He flies that logo very well, to be fair. But he flies everything well.
Yeah, true.
But I think with Global being cancelled, it's a kind of shame for pilots like you and Valentin and stuff, because it would have been the chance for you to get to go on.
Yeah, I'm pretty sad, to be honest.
They're,
I really,
they're still trying to make it happen.
What, this year? Or
yeah, I
next
heard
year?
about it.
It was something because Trevor has actually said to Walter that he will he will put money into sponsor it as well.
Oh, wow.
So in the background, things are going on.
Yeah.
Because Trevor was thinking last year about putting a shop there, but he said because of Brexit, it's a real pain in the arse taking any stock.
Yeah.
But he said he decided not to take stock, but he would sponsor it. There's different like tiers of sponsorship, basically.
But it's interesting from that list of sponsors that Walter put up that there were quite a couple of big names missing. I mean, I wonder if this
Yeah.
Yep.
is this a trend or something that's going on that's
And
or just too expensive?
well, I'm not sure. I think this year though, I think SAB wants to put all that money into his tactical thing, the industrial kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because all the pilots left because they cropped all their sponsorship basically
Yeah.
and put them down to like kind of field pilot sponsorship only, you know.
And was that UK only, or do we know if that's like Europe?
I'm
as
not
well?
sure. I think it was Europe as well.
Wow.
While we're here, there's a couple of questions both in chat and on YouTube you might want to take a look at.
Well, I can't take a look at it because as soon as I switch away from the sim, it freezes
Oh,
the
yeah,
what's his
fair
name. So you'll just have
I
to read.
fuck saying that name, but the guy said an easy maneuver to trying a rotating pyro TikTok reversal in a waltz.
An easy maneuver to practice.
A rotating pyro TikTok reversal in the shape of a
In-
waltz.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we can. Let's start with the hard stuff first. We'll leave the easy stuff for later.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah, my right TikToks aren't good enough.
So Jan, what do you think one of your most difficult maneuver is, or the one that you find the hardest to do?
Hard to say. I'm currently practicing a lot of reversal maneuvers, and I somehow struggle with reverse pyro TikToks in 360 and stuff like that. I don't actually understand it why, because my overall pyro control is pretty good, also in reverse. But for pyro TikToks, it feels kind of, I don't know, I don't like it.
Yeah, I've definitely got maneuvers like that as well.
I understand that. I find the right rudder pyro TikTok like pogo on the reversal thing I struggle with. Yeah, I can do right rudder for the majority of my other moves.
I don't know. I think like pyro TikToks are not 100% pyro control, if you know what I mean.
I do
Like,
know, yeah.
It's different.
I just feel like I find when I do right rudder pyro TikToks, I find my heli just drifting all over the place.
Yeah, true.
Oh, what? So you can't do them at all then, George, if they're just drifting?
No, I can do them, but I just can't. I struggle to keep it like neat in one space with the pyro TikToking circle. I mean,
Gimbals.
it's easier for them than real life, but can you? I need to turn my noise suppression off if you can hear my gimbals. Or it's my 20-year-old Futaba radio, which I use for the sim.
Get a proper radio, George.
What the fuck?
I don't have the money. And
We'll
if
have to set up a GoFundMe page. We'll set up a GoFundMe.
Hey, Sonny, you missed it. We were just talking to Jan about his OMP.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anything?
No, you being Mr. OMP in the UK, I would have thought you'd be interested.
Oh, yeah, I really am.
I mean, you're the only one in the UK who promotes the OMP.
I really enjoy flying it. I really like them. I don't think there's much of a team in the UK, unfortunately.
So have you tried the M6 and the M7? Anyone?
I'm waiting for my M6.
Sonny, have you got your M6 yet?
No. I've just might give that one a bit of a break. I've just built this bloody M5. Because I'll need everything for an M6. Like, I haven't got a single thing for it.
Yeah, it runs for how I would want to fly it anyway. It would run different batteries. M6, I would want on 12S 3000s.
Yeah, I'm going to do 12S. I don't think there's any point doing like 6S or 8S. It's got to be 12.
More power equals better.
Quite a short flight, because compared with the what did they bring out? The Gooski thing? Is that a 550?
Right.
The Goose got RS5.
Six, haven't they?
The RS5?
I don't know.
RS6, so they've got a 550.
My mate's running one of those on 8F, but it was short, like the pinion was too small, basically. It was storing through battery. So it was getting like an 8S pack, and it was, it was flying for about 2.5, 3 minutes. That's about it.
Was that an RS6 then, or a 5?
I think it was the RS5 he got the first one.
Oh,
he put it on 8S, but like it was still, it went through. I think they brought out another pinion for it, didn't they? Because it would just go through batteries so quick. Flight time was really low on it.
I mean, the only comparison I have is the Tron Dynamic, which I ran on 12S 3300s.
I bet that's nice on 12S.
Yeah, it was about 4.5 minutes flight time, but
that's not bad for your style of flying, dude.
Yeah, full collective and as much head speed as I can get.
Yeah, my dynamic was on 6S, and I felt like it was overly light, like a bit too light.
But I'm lucky to get 3 minutes on the 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you hammer your 7. That thing goes through some abuse. Feel sorry for it.
Oh, we need to get some videos on Saturday.
Have you got your gears sorted, Judge? Have you got your herringbones in?
No, I haven't yet. I'm just going to go through my stock of the normal main gears before I can be bothered to switch to the herringbone one.
That makes sense.
Richard, apparently your mic's really quiet on stream, according to...
Well, it's probably because I'm not saying anything. But yeah, I can boost the mic up a bit, although it'll freeze the screen for a second.
Midland server's busy.
Yeah, it's a bit insane.
Midland what? Oh, the mid server. Oh, Kev's server, yeah.
Really busy.
Yeah.
We should do a road trip to 3D Heli-Cup.
3D Heli Cup.
or competition, whatever it is, 3DHC.
Where's that?
Don't know. It's the only competition left though.
Where is it?
Where is it? Yeah.
It's Italy, wasn't it? I think, yeah. Do you know?
Italy. Oh,
3DHC?
What?
that's
Uh,
September
3DHC?
time.
Yeah, it's in Italy.
Is that September time?
Yeah, yeah.
I think so. Didn't Gabriel Revere go last year to that?
Ethan was there.
Yes,
He
Ethan went as well.
went, didn't they?
I mean, I just alternatives to global. There just isn't many.
Is global definitely cancelled then? Is that?
Not definitely, but I don't know what's happening. I don't really know what's happening with it, to be honest.
It's a pity because everything else is really far away. Because there's the ones in Spain as well, aren't there?
Yeah, there's the fun flies, but competition-wise, I think Jan needs to come to Helifest to do the international comp.
I was thinking about it, to be honest.
It's a really good show.
So
There's
for Helifest, the internationals, have they released any names yet, or said it's open for entry or anything like that?
It's open for entry, but nothing's no pilots have been announced yet. But there's still spaces, so.
So Jan, what other sponsors have you got? We might as well do the marketing thing while you're here.
I'm also a proud member of Azure Power Rotor Blades,
Oh, cool.
Hobby Wing ESCs, egodrift motors,
Oh, nice.
I mean OMP Hobby for sure. Also, I'm flying for a German brand for my batteries. The batteries are called Bonker, and the shop I'm flying for is Mylipo.
All right.
And did I forget something? I also try to support Mikado a bit with their VBAR system.
Yeah.
And I think that's it.
So the Azure blades, which ones are you running? You're running 700s or 715s?
715 Pro and 115 Pro at the tail.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed the GDW servos.
I was going to ask who your servo sponsor was.
Yeah.
Yeah, the GDW. I'm running the new 12-volt series.
Oh wow.
They're pretty insane. I
Right.
never managed to get these high gain values.
And the egodrift, which one are you running?
The 4530 HT, 525 kV.
Right.
I really love it. I was thinking
but
about to
that
try
one's been
this
out for a while,
for
though,
the
hasn't
7.
it?
It is, but it's still incredibly good. I love it.
Yeah.
So much power. And stays pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, I mean, I can always put my hand on mine after I finish flying.
Yeah. Yeah, I was scared in summertime, right before global, when I'd have to do like a few practice flights in a row. And I can easily do a few flights without cooling down because it just stays cool.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I've never had an issue with back-to-back flying with the ego drifts. They just stay ice cold the whole time.
Yep.
We've got another question from, never mind the names, I'm giving up on that. If I'm getting pretty comfortable with the simulator, will that translate well to the real thing? I know it's different in real life, but how close are simulators to the large aircrafts?
Depends on confidence at the field, doesn't it?
Kind
Yeah.
of, yeah.
I think it is a confidence thing, isn't it? Like, because if you can pull a maneuver off on the sim, you can definitely do it in real life. It's just having the confidence to do it in real life.
I mean, you can do it, but on the sim, if I'm like trying a hard aggressive maneuver, I found myself in real life, I'm overcorrecting.
Yeah, true.
Overdoing the move.
I think a huge difference on the simulator, almost everyone's practicing the maneuver pretty low. So you're used to the look of the heli on like the side view, and if you try it for the first time in real life, you fly very high. You got some
Yeah.
safe space, so you look different on the heli, and the maneuver looks different, and you try to correct different. So it's not 100% the same, I would say.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, you learn the stick movements and muscle memory on the sim, but in real life, it's learning the pitch control and height, I find, which is the hardest bit.
That's it.
Yeah, and it also depends what you're doing. So the hovering stuff is just way too easy because you're not being blown around. So if you're at that level, hovering is too easy because you're not having to think.
Yeah.
I mean, the trick is to make it slightly harder. So instead of just hovering in one spot, maybe do shapes.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
was gonna
also.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
I was just going to say, Rich's advice really worked for me, especially when like learning TikToking squares. It's just like make shapes. So if you can do it on the sim and control the shapes in real life, you can control where the model's going to go in wind. So that really works.
Mm-hmm.
I just try and pretend there's no wind in real life and just send it and hope.
The weekend that we had just gone was crazy amount of wind. Unbelievable.
Yeah. What's that in kilometers? It was like probably 55, 60 kilometer wind.
I think Sunday was a little bit better because I think me and Rich just didn't stop flying, but it was just right on the brink.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind wind too much anymore because I'm used to flying it every weekend.
Yeah.
But I find myself actually, when going on a calm day, struggling a bit because I'm overcorrecting for the wind that isn't there.
Yeah, it's like Rich and Rob. These guys really make me bloody fly in some crazy conditions.
You won't get better sitting at home.
True.
Just do what I do, get an S1 and fly in a car park.
Dude, I was going to bring my M2 out to play on Saturday. I had it in the car.
I would have flown.
It would have got blown into the next field.
I'll fly it in the clubhouse.
Yeah, we're definitely flying it this weekend, though.
I think there's too many people on the server. It's starting to get really laggy.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little.
My FPS are dropping pretty much.
Yeah. So to answer that guy's question, I think it's close enough. It's never going to be perfect. I think when I was practicing set maneuvers a couple of years ago for F3N, I found the best simulator was actually accuracy. That seemed to represent or give the best things like tail thrust that push you over to the side.
Mm-hmm.
That was really good for that. But
I just found it took about 17 years on accuracy to make the heli feel realistic.
Yep.
To do literally a whole heli setup on a sim, which is stupid.
Yeah, it was complicated to get it flying nicely.
I thought
And,
Jonas's setups were pretty good, other than that his tail was way too fast.
Nah, Jonas's setup tail was fine. It was the rest stuff I struggled with. I found out the head was just loose as fuck, no matter what I did. Same problem with Next.
And it was just so straining on your computer to run AQRC.
Yeah, it would take about food as well.
Oh, but you were on a Mac, weren't you?
I was, yeah.
So that would have been running, you would have been running the Alpha, wasn't that? Because that was only ran on there, I think. Or did the original version run on Mac? I don't remember.
No, it ran on PC, the original. I think I was running it on like Parallels at the time. I think I did have a Mac when it first came out. I did run Parallels to run it. It was just so straining.
I mean, yeah, on the Mac on Heli-X, I'm on 120 FPS right now with this amount of people in here.
You know what the next investment is, George?
What?
The Apple monitor.
I can't go full Apple. I'll stick to my BenQ.
You need the full res.
At that point, I have to buy a Tesla.
No, let's not go down that route. Let's not go that far with it.
Sonny, did you say Ollie was going to be there on Saturday?
I'm not sure.
Because Ben was
I'm
going to
not
bring his
sure.
family, wasn't he?
I think he is, yeah. I'm not sure who exactly is coming. I've been keeping a close eye on the weather for the weekend. It just looks awesome.
What's the
does.
wind like up there?
It's like 29, I think, gust.
The wind?
Yeah,
Is-
20, that's fine. It's less than what it was last weekend.
Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah, I'll take that.
Mine's about 15 down here. It's not bad. Saturday's 20s, but like, I'm going to stay put this weekend or go to bloody Western again.
I mean, it depends if you want to fly with people or fly on your own.
So, man, it's just like,
I hate flying on Mars. I find it so boring. I can't do it.
I don't like it. But like,
Yeah, because your flying's boring.
Oh, cheers, Rich.
If you flew well, it'd be well exciting, wouldn't it?
Yeah, to entertain myself.
Yeah.
To be fair, your first flight last Saturday was exciting, to say the least.
Oh, with my tail blowout issues.
Oh, definitely your tail issues. You definitely tell you being on the sim.
Yeah, because I was just like stick bang into shit.
Yeah, and so we don't want to keep you. I think we've run out of questions. So if you don't have to hang around, we're probably going to stick online for a bit longer and just sim and stuff like that. But
It's fine.
okay, cool.
I enjoy staying with you and hear what you're talking about.
All right, awesome. So have you got any plans for the weekend then? What's your weather looking like?
The weather seems to be not that good, but good enough to do some flights with my M2, I think. And if not, I'm going to practice a lot on a simulator.
To be fair, I think I see you on the sim probably every day.
Yep, that's true.
Wow, you sim every day? Yeah.
Yep. I need this
Quite
routine, otherwise I feel bad.
That's dedication.
So what do you do?
Yeah,
What do you do for a living? Are you studying or are you working or?
I'm working. But like after work, we do some flights at the field if it's like not too late. In winter, it's pretty hard because most of the time it's too dark outside.
Yeah.
But in summer, we can go to the field. And yeah, in the winter, we go on the simulator.
I mean, that beats me going to a supermarket car park to fly my S1.
Yeah.
We do need to find like an indoor venue for winter. Winter flying. Now we've got like these smaller models like M1s, S1s, and stuff like that. We need
they were doing Coventry for a while. I don't know. Presumably that's not going anymore.
It was Coventry Connections, that little leisure centre. That might be a good location to start asking.
Or we do what George does and just find a McDonald's.
McDonald's and fly in the car park and
Yeah.
scare the shit out of people. It's funny. You get all the local homeless people think it's aliens.
By the way, Richard.
Yeah.
I remember something I learned at the simulator, and maybe it's something you could make a video about if you haven't done already.
Yeah.
It's the flight lines. Because I know. Yeah, did you make a video about it?
No, you're talking about just the straight lines and the 45s and the straight outs.
Yeah, exactly.
That would
Because
actually be a really good video.
Yeah, because it's so important. It makes the flight look so much better instantly. the same maneuvers just on the flight lines, and it's 100 times better. I
Yeah,
always asked myself when I was watching like professional pilots, like, why is their flight looking that good? I was like, okay, I can do the maneuvers, but my flight looks shit, and theirs is like so good.
yeah.
And I was wondering until I understood the flight lines and the way to use them, and then make it much better.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen a video like that recently. I know Carl Dahl covered it probably over 10 years ago, and Jamie Robertson may have mentioned it, I think once or twice, but I don't think I've ever seen a dedicated video about sort of how to compete.
I just try and keep all my flying in like 45 degrees and 90-degree lines now, instead of all over the place.
Yeah, especially transitions like right in front of you on the center line.
It just looks so much cleaner.
Also at the sim, I try to put a center point, like a tree in the background or something on the ground, and try to stick to it most of the time. It's a little difficult because of the camera settings, you can't see it all the time, but to get a feeling for it.
Yeah, on this field, I've got that one tree in front of me, which I try and stick to.
Actually, seeing as you're so good at making music flights and you seem to make new ones all the time, how do you go about creating a music flight?
Oh, it's so difficult and it takes so much time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a hate love. I kind of love to fly to music, and it's easier for me than freestyle because I know what's coming and it's planned.
Yeah.
But to make a flight to music, it's so complicated because you start at zero. You have no idea how to start, how to finish, what kind of maneuvers you want to put in. And especially if you always try to make a new music, you have no idea which kind of songs you're going to find. So you can't really plan anything. You just need to look for music and see if it fits. And if you have an idea what to fly, and yeah.
Because I find looking for music is the most time-consuming thing ever. I mean, you literally just go track after track after track.
Yep. After a few flight to musics, you know what kind of music you're looking for, and you like some genres or some specific type of music. But at the beginning, my first flight to music was horrible. I was just checking every kind of music. Even YouTube asked me if I want to still watch videos because I spent like 5 hours at one time just looking for music.
Yeah.
So it's very time intense, yeah.
I mean, I've been doing flight to music for like 10 years now, and I still hate it. Like, it doesn't get easier. It took me 3 months pretty much to get a minute of my global routine, because it needs to be perfect for me to actually like it. And then I change things all the time as well, because I find a new song I prefer. But
I think it also depends on like how much you're grinding for the points at the end, or it's just like, I think there's a difference between a fun flight to music and a competition flight to music.
yeah, it's like, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, like fun flight to music is like looking for random music and put some stuff in it. But if you want to do a flight to music for global or something, you also need to make sure you got good space usage and equal usage of left and right side and maneuvers in front of you, large maneuvers, wide maneuvers.
Yeah.
Not always at the ground and stuff like this. Very complicated.
On the global scoring sheet for judging criteria, for flight to music, it's less about the technical aspect and more about space usage, like you said, and beats.
Yep.
I just find it so boring, like putting the music together because it takes so long.
Yep. And sometimes you got 2 good songs, but you can't connect them.
Yeah, exactly. That's the worst bit, because they're completely different. I actually ended up making my own song for some of my routine.
Really?
Yeah, that was a bit of a chore. So I found like a kind of bass song that I liked and pretty much just cut it all down into like a few bits I liked, merged it all together, and then slowed it down some of the parts and sped up some of the others till it was pretty much a completely different track. But that took ages. But it worked.
Scott Douglas do that kind of stuff as well? Because he used to be quite
Scott
into
bass.
He's what?
Scott Douglas just loves making drum and bass.
Oh right.
Jesus, more people are coming in here.
Oh my god, it's ramming now, isn't it? Wow.
Are we that popular that everyone wants to be with us?
There are 25 people
Hey.
watching, so otherwise.
Sonny, your mate Stanley Brain is in there as well.
Yeah, I've seen that. And Chris is in here as well.
That's your teammate.
And Rude.
Yeah, Chris is on the team. He's on the Midlands team. Let's see who else is in here. Kev.
Scott's in there as well.
Got Douglas. Oh yeah, Luke's in. Tonksi's in. Tonksi's a bit quiet today. What's going on?
She doesn't want to get him back.
Get what?
I'm trying to avoid
Accusations of he who shall not be named.
Oh, I see. Okay.
You still keeping an eye on the questions, Tonks?
Yeah, I was gonna say, you've received some praise, been practicing your half pyroflip video for months and decided to try and put it together the other day. Did my first full pyroflip and it was the best feeling in the world. Really enjoy your content.
Oh, that's cool.
Wow.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Indeed.
Yeah. On those
Yep.
step by step videos, I've had some really good comments. It just seems to make it click for some people.
No, I enjoyed the sim session training that me and you did, Rich. That was really helpful for me.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, that 1-to-1, that was good.
Yeah, I should probably charge for that. I think you owe me money for that.
Just take it out the royalties. Like your last video I posted on UK Heli Club, like, got loads of likes.
Yeah, Sonny's doing all your publicity for you.
Exactly. So he owes me money.
You spoken to Chloe lately?
No, haven't spoken to her in a while.
Well, you
Sorry,
have got a facility to invoice him, haven't you, Sonny?
Say that again.
You've got a facility to invoice Rich, haven't you?
Yeah, of course. He's got
Invoice
it
me?
coming.
Someone just email it to him.
Gonna WhatsApp it him.
I had to do my own thumbnail for this blinking live stream.
Oh, damn! I forgot about that.
Yeah, thanks for the help, Sonny.
Is that with the on-site circles? Is that? Did we go?
Off size, off center, off everything.
Wow.
About really, right? But I am blind.
Yeah, and he calls himself a content creator, half-hearted.
Who, me? Well, you want to employ me?
Nah, it's all right. Pass.
Yeah.
The simulator we are currently using is Heli-X for those asking.
Right, yeah, Heli-X. We're on Kev's multiplayer.
Midland.
What's it? Mid Heli Club.
Mm.
Oh, and the Kev. I think it was Kev who sent me a message last week saying if people want to sleep over at the Funfly at Midland.
That is possible, yeah.
Yeah, it's possible, but apparently you just need to let them know ahead of time.
Oh, the Midlands one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm just going to take the van and sleep over.
Are you? Okay.
Yeah, because then I can get up at like 4 in the morning and do some flying.
And wake everybody else up. Nice.
If they allow me.
You do too much flying.
No.
you at a fun fly, you were up at 6 flying till like 10 o'clock at night when it was dark.
Yeah, I think it's because I'm thick and I never, my brain just doesn't wear out.
It takes them a long time to absorb.
I've got
bless
4
him.
brain cells and they're already worn out, so I just keep going.
It's all those like some blessed fish paste sandwiches he eats. I think keeps his stamina up.
What did you say to me on Sunday? Like, we had flight count of, I did 30. No, sorry, you did 30. I did 18. I was like, I couldn't do that much. And then you turned around and said, "Oh, I'm not even concentrating." I was just like, okay.
No, well, you
I do-
alternate.
That explains it.
I do think with flying, there is a point where you can overdo it at the field. Like, I feel you get 12 very good flights and then 30 with maybe 10 or 15 good flights, and the rest be mediocre because it becomes counterproductive.
Yeah, but Richard lives on the flight line, so
But also
you
you
know.
change your style. So you might do an intensive flight, for a couple, but then you go back to, I don't know, doing easy stuff. Be that
No, I can't do
whatever
that.
it is.
Got to do every flight along the same kind of line, otherwise I'll get complacent. Like, I've spent the last really making my flying a lot faster and aggressive.
Yeah. But
I don't want to slip flying like I was when I was doing F3N.
yeah, I think after I've done a couple of like intense flights, I'll revert back to like orientation weaknesses. So if I know my pero TikToks are like weak left rudder blades left, I'll do 4-point TikToks.
Yeah, I get that, but
on that side.
I mean, when I had global to practice for, well, set maneuvers to practice for, I would just do maybe 12 flights of set maneuvers every time I went flying, and then I'd do maybe 4 or 5 flights after of freestyle.
Yeah.
You did sets before freestyle?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. I did it the other way around.
I just thought like I want to get them done so I can enjoy the rest of my flying.
Okay, doesn't make sense. Yeah.
But
I always was like, for freestyle and fly to music, I need to be super focused, and set maneuver is like pretty chill. So I do like the hard stuff first, and then just chilling and do some set maneuvers.
Okay.
I just find myself I fly better later in the day as the day goes on, as well.
It's because you don't wait until bloody 12, George.
No, I woke up at 3 p.m. today.
See, I'll do it in the order that I'm doing it in the comp. So for F3N, you got sets first. So I'll do a completely cold set.
Yeah, I get that. To be fair, my first flight, actually, I would normally just do a normal flight to start with to warm up, because I'll be flying on the sim during the week.
Yeah, you need to change your aggressiveness.
Yeah. Back used to flying a real heli that doesn't fly itself.
Yeah. And then when you get closer to a comp, do you stay off the simulator, or do you only do real flights? Okay.
I only do real flights when I'm close to the comp.
Yep. Do you know this feeling, like 1 or 2 days before the competition, and you think you forgot something and you fly to music and you had to recheck on the simulator?
I know what you mean. I do know what you mean.
It happens to me every time.
I have that problem with everyday life. I always think I'm forgetting something. But I mean, when I was practicing sets, I'd do a whole flight of one maneuver, then a whole flight of the next, as well.
Mhm.
So for the music, and I know George, you don't do this. Do you write down or take notes on what your routine is so that you can remember it in 6 months' time, or is it all just in your head?
Me?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. What did you say?
Yeah. So when you're working on a music flight, do you take notes and you put it in like a document on terms of what you're doing at what point and the timing and all that?
No. If I make my own flight to music, I try to record everything I do. So like every music step or something, I'm trying to record and save it on my computer,
Right.
so I can put them together at the end. I just took notes when I was watching other flights, so I can compare it with mine.
That's what I do. I record each bit of my music because I don't do it all in one go. Like I've got the end and the beginning on my current music flight, but I don't have the middle yet.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm trying to find the song to put in the middle that fits what I want to do. But my freestyle flights, I've got planned out. Like I've got a plan of exactly what I'm doing for each bit of the flight, just so my caller can, if I get lost, my caller can be like, "You need to do this."
Yeah.
That's pretty smart. Yeah, I should try.
I tried doing a thing with my radio where it gave me alarms for each like 30 seconds or something, but that just made everything too confusing.
Yeah, especially for freestyle, if you mess up the timing, it's weird.
Yeah, exactly. But the worst one's when you mess up the timing in a flight to music and you find yourself having to chase.
Oh yeah.
See, for that, I used to create an entire track for my freestyle, and it was just, it would have a 1 minute, no, it would have a 10-second countdown, so I could have time to spool up, and then it would have a 1 minute call out at 2 minutes, and then 3 minutes, and then it would count down the last 30 seconds. And then
I listen to a song. Like in my freestyle flights, I'll just put something in my headphones.
yeah, because that's generally what my caller does as well. I like to have my caller call out at 1 minute and 2 minute, 3 minute, and then the last couple of seconds.
Yeah, I had my dad do that for me.
Yeah, so I actually go and record that into an audio track.
Oh, that's smart. My spotter just tells me when like the last 30 seconds or 20 seconds.
Right. Yeah, I think in F3N it's probably the end is more important because if you go over, you lose points.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it also means you can practice on your own as well.
Yeah, I did it when I practiced my flight to music. I made two different versions. One like the exact time of the music for the competition, and one with like 20 seconds buffer space at the beginning, so I can start the music, spool up, and go fly.
Yeah.
That's what I do. Because I don't normally have someone to start my music for me.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's always, I did it before. I was like, I pulled my phone out of my pocket to press play on the music while I was in the air. And that was a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, and you don't know how to put the phone this fast.
Exactly. I just end up just dropping my phone on the floor and hoping it hasn't broken.
Yeah.
Yeah, got some good tips.
I do hope Global goes ahead though with set maneuvers, but it's not looking that likely.
I don't know if they'll be able to do global 3D this year though. I mean, if everyone's already
No.
possibly cancelled flights and pilots are being messed around, I don't know if it's
Exactly. I mean, it's very late now to decide because it's what, 2.5. And I've lost 3 weekends of practice almost because I would have been like,
true,
oh,
yeah.
I can't be bothered.
Oh
That-
yeah, true. Yeah.
Exactly.
I just want to
I
get
also-
classes, that's it.
I also stopped working on my flight to music.
Same here, actually.
Yeah.
But
So
all I
I wonder what they need to change then in the future. I mean, because it's not much of a fun fly, is I guess the visitors are down. There aren't huge numbers of visitors, are there?
No, but that's not due to set maneuvers, I don't think.
No.
I think the location of it is very awkward as well.
Yeah, sure.
Like it's in the middle of nowhere in Netherlands, and it's just quite far away for everyone to get to.
No.
Like the major flying populations are in Germany, America, and the UK. It feels like.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, I mean, so it's great for neighbouring countries, but are you saying there's no major airport nearby?
No, there isn't. The closest is what you have to. I think when Devon from the States went over, he had to go to Frankfurt,
I think Kenny did the same. Yeah.
and that's what, an hour and a half, 2 hour drive.
Yep.
How far away from Antwerp is it? Because can you not get into Antwerp?
It's about the same though, isn't it? It's about an hour and a half drive from Antwerp,
Is it? Oh, okay.
especially with
I've done it about 10 times, but I can't remember.
no, but especially with the traffic in Antwerp. Sometimes we've been stuck in that.
You go round Antwerp, don't you? I'm just saying that there must be an airport in Antwerp.
But there's not an international airport close enough to be comfortable, really. And I can't lie, I hate the idea of flying on a plane with my helis.
What?
Well, I just feel like, no, my luck, they'll get lost.
Yep.
Put them in a golf case and put a label on them, they turn up.
I don't know. You saw last year when Philip and everyone in China.
It was only Philip that lost his helicopters.
Yeah, but that could happen to. That's just my worry. That would happen to me.
Didn't happen to everyone else, did it? They all made it there with their helicopters.
I know, but I'm still worried about doing it.
Why? I've done it loads of times.
I don't know what more you want me to say.
Okay, well, we've done about an hour, so I'm happy to stop the stream here, unless Tonks, are any other questions that we can go and answer?
No, I mean,
No, we're all okay there.
yeah.
They're all just moaning about your mic being too far away.
Well, I can't do
Yeah.
it. I've turned the sound up as high as possible. Okay, cool. So I'm going to stop the stream, but we can stay on and just chat for a bit. But Jan, thank you very much for coming on. It's been amazing talking
Thank
to
you for inviting.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, man. It's been super useful, and I think there's some really good tips in there for people who are going to compete as well. Yeah, amazing.
Thank you a lot for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Right.
See you.
See ya.
Oh,
So yeah.
no, be politically incorrect yet.
Yeah, the stream has ended.
Thanks.
Mhm.
I've been properly trying to hold it back.